Another thing, if you do something, say if you go and eat, and I've done this is a real thing. I've done this. Say if you go and eat and you got this chick that you be talking to and you kind of like her, she cool, y'all have good conversation, and you want to invite her out with you. Now, understand, you got to change the dynamics of this whole thing. Don't make this about her. You make it clear that I am going to eat over there. If you want to come, you are invited. But I am going to eat regardless. Make sure she understands that this is not about her. That she is tagging along with you. That you're not doing this for her. Make her understand that. See, now you can have a nice, I don't care if the dinner is a $200 dinner. She knows that wasn't about her. She's going to appreciate it. She's going to enjoy it. But she knows that this wasn't about her. That this was just something you was going to do anyway. See, the problem with the whole dating thing, it's like when you date like that, it's about that woman. And I don't do that. I don't do that. If it's about me and you, we going to sit at the park and talk. If that ain't good enough, bounce. But if it's about me and I get pleasure out of looking at you, because I mean, I've had a lot of real aesthetically beautiful women in my that come through my path, and I mean, and I like kicking it with a lot of them. So I have done that many times. You know, I'm going somewhere and I say, listen, I'm about to roll over here. If you want to come, you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't mind having the beautiful dime piece on my arm. I didn't mind sitting across the table looking at the beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mind. See, I was getting something out of that. She was tagging along, but she was serving a purpose for me also. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's her beauty, her aesthetics were pleasing to me. So this is for me, not really for her. But I never made the date about a woman. I never did that. I never dated. I just never did that. I just wasn't going to make it about a woman. I never did anything on a woman's terms. If a woman wanted to do something on these terms, first of all, I'm a natural rebel. You know what I'm saying? And if she wanted to do something on those terms, I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't comply. I wouldn't partake. You know, every time I met a woman that had demands of what she's looking for in a man or what she wants, I didn't even argue with him. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So much for the little dude that think I'm emotional. I wouldn't even say nothing to him. I'll hear him out. They'll pull a list out and say, hey, if you're interested in dating me, read this. I'll be like, you know, I'm good. You know, I'm good. Take your list back. I don't need to read it. You don't want to know what you got to do to date me? Not at all. Not at all. Because you know what? I ain't messing with you. I'm not reading that shit. I'm not jumping through your hoops. I'm not checking off your checklist. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing none of it. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I would let them know, nah, this is what we're going to do. And ask any woman that's ever messed with me, man, if this is not the way I tell them. I lead, you follow. You got a problem there, you can walk off right now. We don't do 50-50. This is my words. Say, I don't do 50-50. I don't do 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10, 95-5. I ain't doing none of that. 99-1, none of that. I lead, you follow. You got a problem with that, you can bounce. And that is exactly how I am. Real talk. I don't get mad about it if they walk. I don't get mad about it if a woman, you know, say, man, you got to compromise. I tell them politely, I'm not compromising. I'm not doing any of that stuff. Because my whole thing in life, right, I move through everything like a boxer, right? One of the things they tell boxers is to protect yourself at all times. In my street days, everything I did was to protect myself at all times. In my personal life, dealing with women, my intimate life, everything I did was to protect myself at all times. You know, because the truth of the matter is, we are just ships passing through the night. You know what I'm saying? We don't know which woman is going to be with us 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, if any. You don't know. So you got to really be careful as to what you put into this woman, especially in the early stages, because a lot of these relationships don't even get past the 3-year mark. And you don't need to be investing a whole lot of time and energy into women every 3 to 5 years. You can't do that too many times. I don't know how long y'all think we live. You can't do that too many times. You don't have a lot of 5-year cycles that you can go through that type of stuff with. You know what I'm saying? 2 of them is a decade. 4 of them is 20 years. I'm talking to just 4 women that you play this monogamy game with, and they walk on you after a while. You could waste 20 years of your life. 20. You talk about the difference of you being from 25 to 45. From your prime dating years to over the hill. Don't do that. Don't make that mistake. Protect yourself at all times. Date polygynous.
What?
Yes, that's my final one. Date as many women as you can. I've been saying this over and over again. I'm going to keep saying it, you know what I'm saying, until it sinks in. And these are my fundamental basic advices to men dealing with women, you know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in a position to get played. You know, don't acquiesce to anybody's demands or checklists or anything like that. If you bring a woman out with you somewhere, make sure she understands that you were going anywhere and she's tagging along with you. Do not make it about her at all. And this is not gamesmanship. You know, one of the brothers say he don't want to do all this gamesmanship. And I had to explain to him that what I'm talking about is not games. I don't move the way I move because I'm trying to outmaneuver the woman. I'm simply trying to protect me. Do y'all understand? I am not trying to outmaneuver the woman. I'm not trying to outplay her. I'm not trying to play her. I'm trying to make sure she don't play me. I'm trying to make sure she doesn't outmaneuver me. That's all. I'm just making sure I don't overextend myself and put myself in a bad situation. That's all. It's not gamesmanship. It's understanding that everything goes through stages. And in these early stages, I'm not about to invest nothing. I'm not about to bend for nobody. I'm not about to bow for nobody. I'm not about to do what nobody else do. And by me being a man, the main thing I understand is that our natures as human beings. The main thing I understand is that I am the man. My nature is different from hers. I am fire and earth. She is water and air. Which means if we are not careful, her elements can destroy our elements. See, now I'm getting to the supreme teachings of all this and stuff, man. I don't want to go there yet, you know what I'm saying? But if we are not careful, the elements that she have, her power elements, water and air, both of them can be detrimental to our power elements, earth and fire. Both of them. Both of her elements have the ability to adversely affect our elements. So we got to make sure that we don't immerse ourselves in her elements, because her elements are detrimental to us by nature. So we got to make sure that we stay outside of that and keep a good distance between her elements and ours. So we lead, she follows. Period. Period. It is the only way you will survive that. So it's not gamesmanship. I don't do gamesmanship. But I also understand that I cannot allow this woman to destroy me. And a lot of you brothers are online right now going through what y'all going through because y'all let that woman destroy y'all. Don't do it. Don't do it. But that's why you're here. Listen to the alpha, you know what I'm saying? 2024, I'm gonna let it all hang out, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be raw about it. You know, I know a lot of this stuff gonna be over your head, but I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth about it. I'm going to the supreme teachings of this stuff, man. I actually wrote a book on this. See, I'm gonna end with this. I wrote a little bitty book, a little red book, back in like 2000 or 2001. I sold it at my stores, only at my stores. It was underground published, self-published and everything, right? And I sold almost 10,000 copies of that little book myself. And I had people will call me, say, man, you gonna write another one, you gonna do it. I had women, a lot of women bought the book and would say, man, interesting what you wrote, blah, blah, blah. I think I'm gonna go back in that book. I'm on another level of understanding now, but I'm gonna go back in it. I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna start talking about these topics here because I use a lot of supreme teachings in that book. And I think I'm gonna do that here. So yeah, I'm gonna start a series, The Little Red Book. That's what we're gonna call it, The Little Red Book. Because that's what it was. It was a little bitty red book, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm Brother Kush, aka the Black Alpha. Salam.